Hi, everybody, and welcome to the VOK DVD audio commentary for The Princess Bride. Because we all live in different regions, I'm guessing that we have different distributor start-off scenes. So we're going to start off this commentary from the point at which the movie has Act 3 Communications Presents. So really the first opening title card for the movie. And we will start playing. I'll do 3, 2, 1, go. Hopefully we all sync up. So 3, 2, 1, go. There we are. Okay. There's no subtitles on my shitty copy, so I'll try and keep the sound up a little bit, but not too loud. And there's a kid coughing. Are you going to sympathy cough, Zach?
No, I don't want to muck up the sound.
Oh, do you love how crappy computer games look in those days?
It's funny because I can remember actually playing my dad's 1960 Mattel football game that looked much worse than this. So
Wow.
this looks pretty decent actually by comparison.
I remember thinking as a kid, this guy was so lucky because he had a computer in his own room, which I wasn't.
Right. And a TV. I mean,
Yeah, this is definitely the height of superpower affluence from a
yeah.
British perspective. So how old were you when you first watched the movie?
Not as young as I wish I was when I watched it. I was aware of the movie for a long time when I was much younger. I just never got around to watching it for whatever reason, and I only discovered it and actually got into it. I think 2 or 3 years ago. So I do not have the long history with this movie that I wish I did, that I assume other people have.
Yeah, I don't even remember. It's just sort of always been in my consciousness. I have no idea when I first actually watched it.
Yeah, I only watched it in college, I think. Um, so definitely on VHS tape. It was one of the
Uh,
sleep. It was a definite word of mouth hit, wasn't it? Columbo. So yeah, the kid from the Wonder Years. What happened to
yeah.
Savage? He was so cute as a kid. He's not good looking now, is he?
No, not really.
Aw. But he doesn't even do anything. Was he in one of the Austin Powers movies or something?
I don't know if he was.
Like a
I
skit.
can tell
I'm
you
not
that I
sure.
used to have those He-Man figurines behind him.
Really?
Yeah, that guy with all the brown hair sticking out. I definitely had him. I don't know what his name was.
He's a very indulged child, isn't he? And then aged up Columbo. I wish Columbo was my granddad. What an awesome granddad.
Yeah.
I'd be quite jealous of this room, I think, if I had seen this when I was younger, though it is obviously a little outdated to my standard in terms of technology.
Yeah, definitely. Oh my goodness. Carrie Elwes is so beautiful. And
Yeah, it's
not even say
incredible.
handsome or sexy or anything, but just so beautiful. I mean,
Yeah.
since Robin Wright, obviously, but
I mean, honestly, I don't think I've ever seen anything with either of them where I thought either of them looked half as good as they do in The Princess Bride.
yeah.
They definitely suit the kind of medieval look, it seems.
Yeah.
I just don't understand how. I mean, I think I said this on Podcast Vice and Fire. I don't understand how he didn't become a bigger star just looking how he does, and Hollywood being as superficial as it is.
Yeah.
It's a good
Oh,
question.
yeah, he must have. I don't know.
I mean, he didn't age all that well, but
Yeah, but
He's kind of like Mark Hamill in that, I guess.
yeah. Although Mark Hamill is ugly as Luke too.
Well, except for the first movie, I think he had that car accident. That
Well,
kind of
no,
messed
I
him up.
mean,
he's a little bit
he
hot.
never had a beautiful face. I
I
mean,
think
Yeah.
he's more plain than ugly.
sure, yeah, homely,
He was never as good looking as her.
yeah.
No, definitely not.
And they do look so in love. Actually, there is a movie in which Carrie Elwes looks even more beautiful than her called.
I don't believe it.
Well,
What
watch it.
movie?
Watch it and see. It's called Another Country.
Okay.
And he's even younger than her, I think.
Uh,
The little kid. What is this? Are you trying to trick me?
I love that choice of phrase. Are you trying to trick me?
Is
It's awesome.
this a kissing book? So good. And I think this is exactly the kind of smart ass I know better than you kid I probably was.
Yeah.
So the problem with this film is I love it so much, I'm just going to end up watching it and not talking about it.
Yeah, it's hard.
But anyways, like you were saying that your journey to this movie was like the little...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where my skepticism stemmed from. It really doesn't make sense in hindsight because it was stuff like, oh, it's a medieval fantasy set or made in the 1980s. It can't be good. The special effects will be awful. But the reason this doesn't make sense is because obviously I love Star Wars, the original, which is older than this, and sci-fi, which is much harder to pull off. So I don't know why I felt like that. I think it's because there have been so many examples of less than impressive fantasy in the past. I guess before the Lord of the Rings, we didn't really have a whole lot to look at, but this is one of the examples of one that really stands out despite not being big and epic or anything like that.
And it also is kind of crappy. I mean, that's part of its charm, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
And it's self-consciously crappy, like the rodents of unusual size and all the, I mean, it's amazing that it gets the tone right, that despite being so mocking of the genre, you still care. I mean, I still really care about these characters.
I mean, it just has a wit throughout. Like, it's so smart, this movie. I think that's what makes it so appealing.
Ah, the evil count. He's such a douchebag.
Yeah.
This is sort of how I imagine a young Tywin.
When he had hair.
Yeah, I could see that.
A commoner like yourself. It's so funny.
I wonder if there's any skepticism to the point that it's the 500th anniversary. Like, how are they keeping the dates so tracked like that at this point?
Yeah, there's that. I mean, off topic, but there's some kind of theory in history that like there's a missing century or something like that.
Huh?
Yeah.
Some monarch wanted a date to fall on a specific, like he wanted it to be the 100th anniversary of something, and so he just shifted the whole. It's like somewhere in like the 800s or 900s or something. Some German monarch or something.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's a tinfoil hat kind of theory, but it's out there.
I
like to imagine that
so pretty.
I like to imagine that's what's going on here. That this is actually like the 56th anniversary of the country, and it's just it's the 500th.
And he's just bullshitting.
There's an old man in the corner who's like, I remember when they had this.
Oh. I just want to point out that she's actually riding side saddle here, which I really appreciate.
Oh, nice! I never noticed. Oh, yeah, I remember seeing it later, I guess, but not in the galloping scene.
Seems a little unsafe to me.
What, riding side saddle?
At such a gallop. I don't know.
It's totally safe. I mean, because the saddle's designed for it, so you still have as good a grip, so to say, as you would otherwise.
She's quite an experienced rider, it seems.
Yes.
Given the Vulcan death grip.
That seems to start a moment before his hand actually gets there.
Yeah, the acting isn't maybe where it ought to be. But the costumes are really cool, actually. Just looking at Vizzini's jacket.
Mm-hmm.
And that actually looks like a real boat, like with rigging and stuff.
Yeah.
Andre the Giant, so cool.
He is fantastic. He's the best. I mean, just such good cat. Like, there's nobody else who could have done that.
And even Mandy Patinkin, like Inigo Montoya, would he be such a cult figure if it weren't Mandy with that ridiculous wig?
Yeah, they're all great. I don't know, like, this is the point in the movie where I'm like, oh my god, everything they're saying is amazing. Like,
really.
all the dialogue.
And
it's hard to talk over it.
Penniless and starving in Greenland. I mean, like, why Greenland? It's just, there's just something about the way William Goldman's brain works. It's just brilliant.
Well, it's there in the. I mean, a lot of stuff is there in the book, right? Like, he would. Fezzik was traveling and fighting people and stuff like that. And so he was like on like a multi-country tour or whatever, when he finally got found.
Yeah, I mean, I really recommend to anyone listening to this who hasn't read the book to check it out, because it's very funny, it's very tragic. It has all the Princess Bride in it. Yep. But it also, so the conceit is that the screenwriter William Goldman has found the book that's The Princess Bride. But it also has lots about his life and trying to get it made, and it's quite tragic, tragicomic. That's well worth reading.
Oh, this part when they're doing the rhymes. So good.
Oh,
It's the best. Like the friendship between those two is such a beautiful classic kind of thing.
I love this. Inconceivable. Like in my family, like using that word inconceivable, like saying it like that, it's still like an in joke.
Yeah, I think that used to be kind of a catchphrase for us when I was younger.
Like inconceivable. I do not think this word means what you think it means.
Oh yes.
Oh, dear. I just find it so hard to understand why this wasn't a mega hit. This should have been, like, I guess, did the Neverending Story come out at about the same time? I just can't imagine why this wouldn't have been as much of a hit as that.
Well, I think it doesn't really have a broad appeal. It's definitely smacks of a cult kind of thing. Like it's not very obvious, and it's I don't know the thing that attracts people.
I don't know. I mean, I can't imagine. I don't think I know anybody that doesn't love it. I mean, if they haven't seen it. I mean, unless they haven't seen it.
And for kids, princess,
Yeah.
pirates, oh. I only dog paddle. It's well ahead of its time as well, that kind of meta humor. It's kind of
Yeah.
a Shrek. Shrek, we care about the fairy tale ending, but it's also got lots of stuff going on around it.
Yeah, I suspect that's why it wasn't too popular when it first released.
What, too far ahead of its time?
Yeah, I think that was the problem.
The eel special effect is so janky. It's just so clearly someone with a hand and like a puppet mouth, isn't it?
Yeah. But the thing is that they're, those are just, to me, like, those are just what the eels in that world look like, like, they don't even look fake to me. That's just like, oh yeah, those are just the eels. I mean, what do you want?
Oh man, I could really eat some Cheetos. This kid's room is ridiculous.
It is. Like, it's almost like, whoever, like, the set dresser or whatever was just like, just bring everything, fuck it, whatever.
Exactly. But I just love how the grandpa, like, it is the Columbo character, because Columbo's always, like, acting dumb. And it's like, are you sure you're okay? Like, he's totally playing his grandson.
Yeah, it really is.
Because you look a bit concerned there. The Dread Pirate Roberts. Guys, we have to say something. We can't just watch the movie.
I know. But I want to know what happens.
Like, one of the funnest things you can do, like, I remember, like, when my goddaughter was born, I was just kind of, there were certain things I was waiting for her to get old enough to do with her. And one of them was, like, waiting for her to get old enough to watch The Princess Bride with her.
Yeah.
The anticipation.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get my little brother to watch this movie, but no luck so far.
How old is he?
He's 10. Yeah, he's 10.
Perfect age.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm gonna push it harder.
I was going to say, you need to exert some elder brotherly sort of,
Yeah, it never actually occurred to me. I've got a couple of cousins. I guess the oldest is probably 10. But I should do that next time I see him.
This is so ridiculous when they're going up the cliffs. But I didn't realize they've actually filmed, this is all on location. So these are,
Oh, really?
These are real cliffs. So it was all filmed in Britain and Ireland. So you can actually go to this location.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so it's basically the same places as Game of Thrones, really. So this is like the Riverlands.
So wouldn't your weight offset your ability to climb? I mean, obviously none of this makes any sense, but
Well,
this was the part. All right, go ahead.
Sorry, that's the thing. I mean, like, I hate to keep harping on the book or whatever, but like the characters are all like all that stuff is sort of what do you call it? Like lampshaded, right? Where they sort of
Yeah.
acknowledge that it's kind of unbelievable, right? But it's a thing. Like the way Fezzik is described is that, like his arms will never tire, right? Like if you told Fezzik to chop down a forest, like eventually the axe head would shatter. You know, he would run out of trees. All of these things would happen, but his arms would never get tired.
But even the Dread Pirate Robert's pretty much skipping up that wall.
Well, yeah. I mean,
He's not carrying
pretty
3
cool, too.
people.
True,
Yeah.
but I mean, he's you know.
He's used to climbing all that rigging, you know. He has a really tall ship.
Remember when I first watched it, being quite unimpressed with the red dress that Robin Wright was wearing.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that dress.
It's very much like Princess Leia's white sort of random dress.
Yeah.
Her
It's like
Star
a big
Wars, like
rag.
it's just not attractive
Mm-hmm.
at all. Oh no, you dropped him off the side of a cliff. And the genius thing about Cary Elwes is not only is he beautiful, but he just has that lovely, creamy English charm that he's just very, like, he carries off that wit, that panache.
Oh yeah, totally, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I always thought he would have made an amazing James Bond
Yeah.
in the Roger Moore James Bond vein.
Right,
The
right,
action guy, more
yeah.
the sort of the wisecracking
Right.
sort of, yeah.
Yeah, like yeah, I could see that.
What happened to like Mandy Patinkin between this and Homeland? Did you do anything?
Nothing that
I
can
know I
remember.
saw he had a show called Dead Like Me, which was on Showtime or something like that, where everybody was like Grim Reapers basically,
Oh,
and he was like the boss of the Toronto Grim Reapers or something.
they not as fun.
But it was interesting. I liked it.
Okay.
So
And then he had that show Criminal Minds, right? Maybe that's still on. I'm not sure.
he's Saul on Homeland, right?
Yeah,
Oh wow, I can't. It's like so hard to see
yeah,
to
with
see
the
him in
beard
that,
and the
but
older
yeah.
face. His
Yeah.
face got a lot bigger when he got older.
I still think he's like good looking in Homeland though, in a sort of
Oh yeah.
an old guy kind of.
Oh yeah.
Here comes the best sword fight.
It
in
is.
all of
It's just
movies.
such an incredible sword fight. Like sword fights in movies now they're all like too fast and too flashy. Like these are like you can see what they're doing and it's just a great sword fight.
Apparently, they both learnt to sword fight for this movie. Both learnt left and right-handed,
That's awesome.
and they'd
Yeah, that's pretty
practice every night after shooting, which is cool. Oh God, I've got to stop just watching this film.
Yeah, it's hard to actually pay attention.
Yeah, I don't know how you can analyze these exchanges. They're just like so witty and so
Yeah.
It's true,
engaging.
actually. Sometimes the best movies may not be the best subjects for DVD commentaries.
Mm,
Like sometimes maybe it's adaptations or movies where you like some stuff or some stuff's provocative that might be the best suited in a way.
yeah.
Yeah, or just stuff that's more thought provoking and cerebral in that way, rather than something like this, which is just pure fun and enjoyment and just a joy to watch.
Well, I was thinking, like, because we were saying on the last podcast, weren't we, Mordy, that maybe we should just have like the equivalent of a sing-along one, where we just all say the lines, because it has to be one of the most quotable films.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Thing is, like, it's such a ridiculous film, but Mandy Patinkin really sells it.
Yeah, he totally does.
Like when
Just
he,
like the quiet arrogance here, like he's just not worried at
Mhm.
all that he'll win.
Yeah.
That's true of all the characters though. At this whole like 3 gauntlet stage that the Dread Pirate goes through, they just all are so convinced he can't beat them.
Wait. Are you guys on the sword fight already?
No, they're still talking.
They haven't started. I think you're ahead of us a little bit, Bina.
Okay, let me just pause.
Well, I mean, I don't know exactly how far ahead you are, so.
He just said his father was slaughtered by a 6-fingered man.
Yeah, no, that's only like 2 seconds before me. Ooh, what have I done with the remote control now?
I just slashed him through the heart.
Ah, shit. This is like the whole home audio is new, and I don't know how to work any of the remotes. I'm like Claire from Modern Family. I was just watching that episode where like she can't work the remote control and she like throws it across the room. It's like, why can't I just point it at the TV and the TV starts playing?
Do you all want to pause when the sword fight starts and then restart from
Yeah,
there?
exactly.
Okay. So what exactly are we pausing on?
Like the first clash.
Okay,
of
I've just
swords.
watched. I've just heard the line. You seem a decent fellow. I hate to die. So what's happening?
I'm not there yet.
Okay, I'll pause and hold. It's such a great thing. You seem a decent fellow. I hate to kill you.
Yeah.
You
seem a decent fellow. I hate to die.
I think that Inigo's character is interesting because he's cast as a good person, but he's pretty terrible in terms of his life goals. Vengeance is the only thing that fuels him.
It's sympathetic because it's not his fault. He's just a little kid traumatized.
Yeah. Just it's kind of nuanced in an interesting way for what isn't, I guess, supposed to be terribly.
And that's my point about Mandy Patinkin. He's so good. He lends it honor and nobility when, in a way, it's you know.
I don't know how I got so far behind. I think I got like the long version of this conversation.
No.
You're fine. I've been like surreptitiously fast forwarding, trying to catch up to Bina for a while.
Don't.
No, I was earlier.
Right. I'm at the hate to kill you.
Okay. Are we all paused on the same bit now?
Wait, no, I'm paused on the first sword clash.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Is that not where I should be?
No, I'll play until I get to that.
Okay.
All right. I'm there.
Okay.
And go.
Go. Okay. Now they're circling each other. It's a really cool sword fight. Apparently they did all of this, apart from the bit when they somersault. It's them fighting.
But I really love both in the show and the book, the sort of the emphasis on the footwork or whatever. I like a lot.
Yeah, because that's really what matters with my limited experience of sword fighting scope.
You have any experience of sword fighting?
No, but I've a lot of experience watching sword fights.
You just made it like, yeah, you know. In the 1 or 2 melees I fought for honor with those early girlfriends by her ex, you know, it was cool.
There was that one guy on the forums who came in and was talking about fencing.
I remember that.
I forget who it was. Mr. I don't know.
That was with Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Was, calling out their lack of choreography and made no sense.
Yeah.
Not appreciating the need for exploiting your range with a longer blade.
Right.
That seems like of all the things to like pick a fault with in Game of Thrones.
You can never find too many things to pick fault with in Game of Thrones.
Potatoes.
French laces. Or sleeves.
I'm not left-handed either. And then the little trumpet player.
Yeah.
It's so cheesy, but it's also so epic. Yeah,
you need it. You need that trumpet to sound.
This isn't even my final form, and it's so exciting.
Yeah.
I also love how they make it sound like playing chess, like they have names for all the maneuvers. Like, I'll do this, you'll counter with that. Like, it really communicates their skill.
Yeah.
Get used to disappointment's a great line.
Yeah. It's also, like, the thing I've just realised about this is, you know, I have my issues with beards. I also have issues with moustaches, yet these guys both have moustaches and they're cool.
I've never liked Cariel's mustache, but
I don't like that either.
Yeah.
It fits with Inigo's character, though.
Yeah.
Turn this down a little bit.
The music's swelling.
Indeed. There we go. Poor Inigo.
Trained his whole life and can't beat this guy. This farm boy was a pirate. He's the best
There's
at
always
everything.
somebody better.
And the indignity that he didn't even kill him, but just like whacks him over the head.
Yeah. I did have this strange frustration with this character when I first watched this. I was like, why? Oh, he's such a Mary Sue. He's good at everything. But that's part of it, I think.
Inconceivable. What is my way? He's kind of like as dumb as sometimes I think Arnold Schwarzenegger makes out that he is.
So, for such a smart guy, this plan is not that well thought out. I mean, a moving person is not going to probably get hit by a big rock. As we find out.
I love how like cute Fezzik is. Like, my way's not very sportsmanlike. I'm a man of honor, even if I am a lumbering giant.
Well, Fezzik missed on purpose, so
Yeah.
you can't say that it wasn't. I mean, he was standing still.
You have to wonder why he was standing still.
Well, yeah.
Suspected something.
Well, what's important is that Vicini knew that he would be standing still, so...
Because he was thinking 8 jumps ahead.
Exactly.
Yes.
It always struck me as odd that Vizzini himself hasn't built up a tolerance to iocane powder.
Mm. I guess it was sort of like the equivalent of pulling out your own deck of cards, right, that you've marked or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a lot of poisons out there. Can't be immune to everything.
When he just runs into Fezzik's chest. And like the facial expressions, he's almost like a cartoon character. He always reminds me of like Daffy Duck or something.
I don't understand what his plan is here exactly.
Yeah,
Just keep running into Fezzik. The whole "why do you wear a mask" conversation. I just think it's frightfully comfortable.
Everyone will be wearing them soon.
This movie is so funny.
I think if we had just like not bothered watching the movie and the three of us had just started, we probably could have done just the whole movie.
Yeah.
With no prompt. I was trying to find. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was trying to find a bit of dialogue we could have done, like a comedy style dialogue, but it's kind of weird. Like the majority of stuff in here is all dialogue. It's just different scenes of two people being witty with each other. There's very few real group scenes in this movie.
Mm.
Yeah.
So you guys watching the World Cup after this?
Yep. A friend of mine knows a German guy who's going to take us to a German bar, so
Ooh, nice.
I'm excited.
Good luck trying to get in there this late in the day.
Well, yeah, actually, that's sort of my thinking, is that we'll just wind up coming back to my house.
I'll be watching a very detached American, sort of not that interested in what's going on in fashion.
I was gonna
Because
say,
I don't understand soccer.
are you guys supporting anyone?
Germany, for sure. I think, the bracket everybody did, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure if Germany wins, then I'm going to win the bracket, and if Germany loses, then I'm going to finish 6th.
Oh, okay. I haven't actually checked back in on that ESPN bracket. So.
You're doing pretty well. I think you're 1st or 2nd or something.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Who should I be supporting?
You picked Argentina, I'm pretty sure. So.
Yeah. Okay. I think my only kind of big mistake is that I backed Spain. I think I had the Final Four right. Apart from that.
Mm.
In the Westeros World Cup, Germany is House Tollet, so that would be exciting if they won. So.
Tiller said, yeah.
Yeah, I was House Mormont, which was Netherlands with Shellfish, but we got knocked out.
Yeah.
Close.
But I think it was nice and very a podcast advice by how most of us didn't pick major houses. I like that love for the minor houses.
Mm.
I'm just very happy I got House Bolton to challenge House Manwoody, which was also the U.S.
Yeah.
So dashing the hopes of really many people there. as the evil house.
Vizzini versus the Man in Black. You're trying to kidnap what I've rightfully stolen. I kind of feel like that's how it goes when like people try to tax bankers and we complain. What I've rightfully stolen.
So my first thought in this scene was, I want that bread and cheese on the table. Why is it wrapped?
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, he's done a pretty good job of setting a table while also blindfolding this girl and holding a knife to her throat and tying her hands together, right?
He's quite skilled.
Sicilian quality.
I mean, he hasn't had that long.
And also, when he ran off, he didn't seem to have that much baggage.
Yeah, he just sort of produced that stuff out of nowhere.
Indeed.
Maybe he had this table set up ahead of time, like he was expecting this. He sailed over here, and you know.
So many jumps ahead.
He knew they were gonna have to stop for lunch, so yeah.
Do you think it's like Magicians, Mordian, where there are like Julius-style safe houses all over the place? Just a little table up with bread
Yeah, maybe so.
for encounters such as this. It's so cheesy.
It's awesome.
When he does like the last minute switching for pudding.
Yeah.
My brother and I can do all this dialogue.
Yeah, it's kind of like the vessel with the pestle and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly. Therefore, I cannot drink from your goblet. Must have been so hard for Robin Wright just to sit there blindfolded, silent while they take and try to get it right. I mean, it's like the most boring.
Take after take, yeah.
Exactly.
She's probably asleep. I think she's asleep.
Yeah. At least she's not laying prone on the ground. There's plenty of.
Yeah.
It's so funny
This is
if she just like at some point just like nodded forward.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm watching now. I'm not paying attention to the conversation. Just watching Robin Wright to see if she does anything.
Just staring at that mustache, wondering why he has it.
Yeah.
I guess to guise his features.
It's a little bit bum fluff, isn't it? It's not.
I'm assuming that means something negative. Yeah.
Well, it's the pejorative of some, like, you know, when you knew your little kid brother and he was trying to grow like a
Right, scraggly,
peach
not
fuzz.
full beard.
and it wasn't quite coming up properly.
Yeah, we say peach fuzz, I think.
Yeah, well, bum fluff's a bit ruder. He's just got ridiculous cheekbones. I just feel this podcast is going to be me going on about how beautiful Carrie Elwes is, but
Yeah, it really is great looking in this movie.
Not aging well as Robin Wright, though, for sure.
No.
she's
No.
stunning. I mean, just seeing her in House of Cards.
Yeah, she looks fantastic in House of Cards.
And just naturally beautiful. Like, she's got really short hair, very minimal makeup, and she's, you know, just naturally absolutely stunning. And I'm sure she hasn't had much work. And the fact that she was married to Sean Penn and he had the audacity to leave her, I mean, what are you thinking, man? I mean, you upgraded from Madonna to her, and then you leave her. Just unbelieves.
I think in Hollywood, it's pretty much every year you're married, you have to flip a coin, and you know, eventually you're obliged contractually to divorce. So.
But he's dating Charlize Theron, isn't he now? So it's not like he's doing so badly.
No, I suppose.
It is Sean Penn, I mean.
He's aged horribly. Oh, here we go.
Oh, no.
I mean, he should be intolerably smug. I just spent the last few years building up intolerance, but he's not.
Yeah.
Count Rugen, such a douchebag.
Yeah.
I mean, who has a fur-trimmed frock coat? Who does that in lilac? Oh dear. So this is basically exactly where the Riverlands is filmed for Game of Thrones, I think.
Okay, that's interesting.
Is it really? I never put that together.
Yeah, like the scene where Arya abandons the Hound.
Oh, that makes sense.
I guess I could see that.
Big rocks.
Yeah.
It's also amazing. Like Robin Wright's doing a really good English accent here. I did think she was English at the time. I didn't realize she was American.
I don't even notice English accents. I just, yeah.
Really? So
yeah.
in your head, I just sound like you.
No. Not in real life. But like in a movie or something. If everyone's doing an English accent or something, I'd never notice like if one person wasn't or if one person's doing a bad job or anything like that.
Unless it's Peter Dinklage. Then it's
Wow.
It was a bold choice in season 1, put it that way.
At least he wasn't doing acrobatics. We've all made bad choices in our Tyrion. Identification.
Well, I shouldn't say anything after my attempt to do the Arnold Schwarzenegger accent in Conan.
I'm still waiting for that full castle recording to come out where Shellfish was doing Victorian Greyjoy literally as Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like,
But has that so
dead on.
what's happened to that? Is that like a mythic lost recording, or is it just being edited?
Yeah, I think it's still being edited. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I hope it sees the light of day. It was really fun.
Yeah, those FCRs are just hilarious. I love those.
So when you guys first watched this,
Uh-huh.
did you not think that he was Farm Boy? I don't think his name.
Wesley.
At that
Wesley.
point. Well, he doesn't have a
That's-
name
and
at that point, though. I don't think.
Oh, I suppose.
No, I knew he was Wesley as soon as he showed up because
He looks exactly the same. He has that cheekbones, right?
and it's the way he speaks. I mean, it's
I just
No,
speak
you
too
know-
much at the beginning, though.
As you wish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's part of my not having any memory of the time before I've seen this movie. So I think I always knew it was him, but I think I don't ever remember being like, "Oh my gosh, that's him," or whatever.
Yeah, I think I suspected. I mean, it was fairly obvious to me, but there was like this hint of doubt. Like, is this actually like the Dread Pirate Roberts? Is it like the same actor that they switched for a different character? I don't know.
this is about to be the coolest ever declaration of love in the history of film.
Yeah,
Like rolling down a hill,
yeah.
as you wish. Oh, my dear Wesley, and then she like throws herself down. It's so ridiculous.
I'm not sure I'd be
Yeah.
a fan of this guy at this point. I mean, obviously they have a relationship, but I mean, he's like testing her and taunting her and
Yeah.
accusing her. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but
In the-
she did bugger off and get engaged to a prince.
That is
Yeah.
true. It's kind of mutual, like bad actions.
In the book, I like it's they go more into like Buttercup's really kind of stupid.
Yeah, yeah. Wesley's
and
just
they-
feisty, isn't she?
Yeah, she's really dumb in the book, and so stuff like that, like, oh, I'll throw myself down the hill, is like the only. It's like, that's what she does because she can't sort of figure out like anything else to do, right? And I think it
That-
also helps with the. Sorry, go ahead.
So, I mean, that's the steepest hill I've ever seen.
Yeah.
That must not be a fun tumble.
No.
But they're fine.
And they came through it okay.
But that classic, like, why didn't you wait for me? But you were dead.
Yeah.
They're so lovely.
And his mustache gets worse when the mask is off.
Yeah, but I wouldn't kick him out of bed even with a moustache.
Nah, I suppose, but I'd try to get him to get rid of it as soon as possible. Really, I think I would just be like, hey, can you wear that mask more? Because that mask is pretty fucking fantastic.
It's
His hair
comfortable too.
looks better behind the mask, too.
Are you into masks?
I guess now, yeah. It never had occurred to me before, but
I love how he's drinking coffee while reading a book. I mean, I guess he's taking breaks.
yeah. Well, there's illustrations in his version.
I think the only bad thing about Wesley here is the little, like, stupid ponytail.
Yeah, that's actually kind of what I was thinking of, being hidden behind the mask when it's tied behind his head.
Oh, I love the fire swamps.
Oh, the
Pig
fire swamp.
fiancé.
The rodents of unusual size.
Yeah.
But no one's ever survived. Nonsense. You're only saying that because no one ever has.
It's really weird juxtaposition. A fire swamp, like you just don't expect that.
Yeah.
It's such a great satire on that sort of that British myth of the colonial adventurer who would, like Lawrence of Arabia, who would like cross the Nefut Desert with half a can of water, but use it to shave because a gentleman must be Welsh. You know, that kind of. The trees are actually quite lovely. Like the complete absurdity of trying to be chipper in the face of certain death.
Yeah.
And I always wondered like how William Goldman like had so completely understood what was admirable, but also retardedly bizarre in the British idea of the hero.
I love my subtitle says ominous popping.
Oven is popping. So do you guys have the special edition that has the Rob Reiner audio commentary on it?
I don't.
I don't think mine is special in any way.
Mine is about as basic and budget as you can get.
Yeah. I think that's also basically what I have.
But when I was on the Wikipedia page, it said there is a version that has a proper commentary track, which I might try and get hold of.
Yeah.
Because I just think Rob Reiner might be quite funny anyway.
Yeah, that's yeah.
So Neil Gaiman totally ripped off the Dread Pirate Roberts thing for Stardust, didn't he?
Yeah. As far as the pirate part of it or whatever.
Or I should say, more kindly paid homage to it.
Yeah.
Drew inspiration from.
Yeah, exactly. Nicked bits from. It's a bit harsh. I like Neil Gaiman, so.
Say you do or you don't?
Pardon?
Did you say you do or you don't like Neil Gaiman?
Oh, no, I do. I mean,
Okay.
you know, the guy's a genius, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you had said you didn't, I was going to be surprised.
I think I would make a good bet that 98% of people on the podcast of Ice and Fire forums like Neil Gaiman.
Yeah. Well, that was what somebody was saying that on the forums, right? There's a lot of crossover.
The Neil Gaiman thread, right?
Yeah. And then it was challenged by
Nah,
someone else. I don't remember.
I think the challenge was that the works of A Song of Ice and Fire.
Yeah. I was
it's
just
more
joking, really.
He's just so prolific.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Huh?
Just the quick and dismissive nature of this, like, oh, it was ruse the whole time.
When he just dives into the pit. So hilarious. Then he pops out. It's really like a cartoon. Oh shit, the roast.
These special effects, I mean, they definitely evoke Star Wars in terms of the
Yeah, that's true.
pictures.
There's something sort of Dagobah about the whole thing.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say, actually.
And he's free.
Carrie Elwes, with her sort of sense of humour, would actually be quite a good person to be a sort of British version of Han Solo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know what they're going to do now that Harrison Ford's injured? Are they recasting or rewriting? Or
Oh,
I
no,
don't-
I don't know. I thought you were
Probably
going to
not
tell
that
us
soon.
there for a second.
no, I have no special.
Okay.
I'm also kind of semi trying to ignore that those movies are happening because I got really hyped for the prequels and then
Yeah.
Yeah, my thing is just it's too far out for me to get excited, so I'm just going to try not to worry about it.
well, it's not that far out. It's sort of next Christmas, isn't it?
Yeah,
Year and a half or so.
it's long enough for me not to want to worry about it, I guess.
We already
But, yeah.
arranged a Cockney moot.
It's all planned.
I felt really bad actually. Ted I'd pop round this morning to like drop off some cricket tickets, and it wasn't even early. And I was actually awake but in bed, and I was just like wasn't expecting anybody, so I just like was too lazy to let him in. Feel so bad.
I love in the scene where they're just casually conversing and you can see the big rodent in the background just kind of watching, like not doing
Yeah.
anything.
See, to a little kid, don't you think the rodent of unusual size, like biting his hand, would be quite scary?
Yeah.
Like how it kind of has dog sounds, not like
Yeah,
rodent sounds.
it is hilarious though. It's like clearly a guy in a suit. This must have been hilarious to film.
Yeah. That must have been fun.
You got more ominous popping. Nicely planned.
Rather vindictive stabbing going on there.
Yeah. But I love the new vocalization each time from the rodent. Ah! Ah!
Oh dear.
And he's down.
Ah,
It's pretty.
this is sort of how I imagine New England.
Yeah, I could see that.
Oh, they're gonna kiss. No, they're not. See, the bit that really surprised me the first time I watched this movie is when she gives him up. I did not see that coming.
Yeah.
Well, she hasn't seen the pure evil of this guy yet.
Yeah.
What's funny about Chris Rugen, like because he's played by Christopher Guest, isn't he? Who is married to Jamie Lee Curtis. But Christopher Guest in England is like a duke or something. But he gave it up because he just thought it was all bullshit, and then went to America to be a satirical comedian.
Really? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
he's noble. So when they had to make Spinal Tap, I think he and part of it's set at a castle. That's actually like his family castle.
That's convenient. Save some money.
But I just think it's really cool.
So, are you saying that if Christopher Guest had married Prince William, that he could be a king and not merely?
Yeah, so Prince William came out as gay and married Christopher Guest, not a civil partnership, but a proper marriage.
Yeah.
Then he could have been King Christopher or King Consort to King
Yeah,
William.
king. So, yeah.
Yeah. Zach's like, what the fuck are you talking?
No, I'm following. Just barely.
We had
That'd be
this
pretty
long,
cool.
overly long and involved conversation about on the previous podcast about why Catherine won't become queen because she's a commoner.
Lies do not become us is a great line.
6 fingers,
Mm.
you fucker.
And Rugen just smacks him down. Like he's like, no.
Bang.
Well spoken, but I don't care.
Oh, Mel Smith. Poor Mel Smith. He's dead now, isn't he? Like, why? It's just like, why does it have to be an albino hunchback? It's hilarious.
I imagine they had a lot of applications for the caretaker of the dungeon.
He
And
looked
like,
the
She
most
wanted somebody
horrifying.
who looked the part.
like he's
Yeah.
tapping the wound on the shoulder, but he's not doing anything. Like,
No.
he's the most useless henchman ever. I always thought there was something fairly lascivious about the way he was feeling Wesley up. Also, like the scud at the sort of edge of his mouth is so disgusting.
I also like that they fixed Wesley's hair at some point.
And yet they haven't shaved the moustache off.
That would really.
That would have been a nice
Yeah.
administration there.
And remember, it's for science. The scene. It's a very eclectic cast to have this sort of very, at the time, I guess, kind of alternative British comedian, Mel Smith, and then to also have Billy Crystal and, and to get, Peter Cook. I mean, that's legendary, like, to be able to get Peter Cook. See, this is a lovely dress.
Looks kind of like Elsa from Frozen.
Yeah, she looks really pretty. Good tapestries. You can just tell it's a real castle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, this is where the little kid reveals that he is a pussy after all.
I love this part.
Yeah.
You're messing up the story. So which team does he support?
Chicago Bears, is that? Yeah.
The Bears.
The Bears.
The
Yes.
Bears.
So,
There will be joy, and that's an order. Share up, you miserable peasant scum.
their crowns are really.
Such a lovely outfit. This is kind of how I imagine Cersei being.
So I know he just wants to kill her, but what is the political motivation to just marrying a peasant girl here?
Because there's not as many, it's controlled consequences, isn't it? Like if you're going to sacrifice it to cause a war. But if you marry the princess of the third country, then they get involved and stuff.
That's fair. Shouldn't try to
And
suss out too many details on this, though.
Well, I mean, in
Not
the
Game of
book,
Thrones.
again, sorry, in the book, it's because she's unimaginably beautiful, and it's a status symbol thing.
I see.
Yeah, she's a literal trophy bride.
Yeah. To almost quote William Goodman, I think it's something, or Golding, it's something like, you have to be some kind of guy to have a wife like that.
That's what I love about it. Like he's writing this very sort of epic medieval quest, but his phraseology will be like Upper
Yeah.
East Side, kind of like New York, kind of.
Some kind of guy.
And then the bit he writes about his high school teacher or his middle school teacher that he sends the book back to.
Yeah.
So cute. Like I was a late bloomer and I did make something of myself. Such a sad book.
So, I mean, I don't know. How much of that do you think is true?
What? The stuff about the divorce and the fat kid with the bicycle who's thick?
Yeah.
I think it is true, isn't it?
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it was. I mean, it's obviously all of it can't be true because it's about, him calling around and there being like a longer version of the book and stuff, right?
Oh yeah, so the stuff about like searching for the first edition of
Yeah.
by the book, that isn't true. But I think the stuff about the divorce and the sitting by the pool in LA and waiting for the phone call and the script and all that kind of stuff is true.
Hmm.
Because if you read his, he has a really cool autobiography. So he did have a failed marriage and a fat kid.
I think it's funny in this movie where the characters are often sort of caricatured, like this, the Prince Humperdinck, but he's not an idiot. Like, he's actually a legitimate villain at times, but not a overpowered villain, you know? He's not, like, ridiculous that you couldn't overcome him.
And they still make him kind of charming in the way he speaks, don't they? I mean, he's still incredibly polite and proper.
Yeah. He's not clear-cut, like, oh, this is the evil.
And, you know, in his own head, I don't think he is. I mean, I think in Count Rugen's head, he's a man of science, isn't he?
I suppose.
Like in Maester Qyburn's head, I don't think he thinks he's evil. I think he thinks he's just a
same kind of
pioneering
thing.
scientist.
Yeah.
What is the scientific benefit, though, of, like, torturing people to death? He's not coming out with anything, like, any kind of
He's
discovery.
making a scientific investigation into pain, and that's why he wants
Yeah.
Wesley to be honest about what he feels.
Of course. That'll come in handy. I guess he's, like, going to make a pain sort of retardant thing that makes you able to feel it.
This is so Terry Gilliam when he's got the suction cups on either side of his head. It's like something out of Brazil. And I love the acting here, like the faces he makes when he's meant to be being tortured.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I've never really thought about it before, but it looks nothing at all like someone who's in pain.
He
It's
just
a
looks
little
really
bit Jim
bemused.
Carrey. Sorry, Zach.
So I was just saying he looks really bemused the whole time. It's like, what is going on? So maybe the head thing is restricting his freedom of movement, preventing him from expressing his full pain.
That's very generous of you.
Gotta rationalize it.
Yeah.
There you go, that's a line. Remember, this is for posterity, so be honest. But in a way, it's quite sad. I mean, one doesn't want to see one's hero crying like a baby.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's kind of, humanizing or whatever.
Yeah. Everyone breaks.
Yeah.
It's what stops him from being a Mary Sue, because he is weak.
Yeah.
He does get bumped on the head and tortured.
Yeah.
Definitely, this is the point where I got over the whole Mary Sue thing. Like, it was just that one bit with the gauntlet that he's easily besting all these people, but it definitely evens up.
Lying scumbag.
This is not the same dress she's wearing, right?
Yes, the new dress is the pink dress.
Yes. They're burying it up quite quickly at this point.
The medieval times were not good times for ladies' fashion or men's hair.
This guardsman exemplifies that.
He looks like a
Yeah.
member of the Bee Gees.
Yeah.
Oh, his mustache.
Yeah.
Like a Bee Gee member of... I don't know.
The Breed Squad, what a name.
Yeah.
But isn't that real? Isn't that what it was actually called when you rounded up people to be in a sort of militia in that
I don't know.
period. Drunk Inigo, so funny. This is kind of like drunk Inigo. I'm waiting for you, Vicini. Is kind of how I think of Tyrion in Dance with Dragons.
I don't think it's as comical though with Tyrion.
Yeah, not
Where
quite.
do whores go? What's Mandy Patinkin's actual name? Like, is he really a guy called Mandy?
That's probably short for something. I don't know what.
I don't know. I feel like I've looked him up before.
I mean, you've got to have balls of steel to go through school with the name Mandy.
Yeah.
Oh, love it, Teresa. Look at that, Fezzik and
Hello.
I think someone should do the next full castle recording in the manner of Fezzik. I tend to think that Victorian has the brain power of Fezzik.
That would be probably accurate.
It's Mandel, by the way.
Mandel.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not much better than Mandy.
No, honestly, I
It's
think
not-
I might go with Mandy.
It's not a great foreshortening, though.
Fezzik took great care in reviving Inigo, dunks his head in water repeatedly.
Apparently, how they did it was they taped all the lines on cassette, and then Andre the Giant had to sort of learn how to say each line kind of phonetically almost, because his English was so bad and his accent was so thick.
Yeah, well.
Like, this impenetrable accent is actually a great improvement. They were going to dub him at first.
Huh.
I love that line. It's like, there will be blood tonight. So excellent. So nice to see someone sharpening a blade. There's not enough
Yeah.
sharpening. That for me is like how it is for Nadia with helmets.
I like the fancy keychain.
My dulcet darling. Who says shit like that? This is a good dress.
Mm-hmm.
She's so fucking naive. She really is stupid. She's like Sansa in book 1 of Game of Thrones.
I love how he kind of runs away from the door when he locks her in.
It has, like, thinking of the score of this film, it does have a bit of, you know, when you have those Tom and Jerry cartoons and they're very expressive of exactly what's happening at that moment? That's kind of how the score is here. It's very,
Yeah.
like, OTT.
Yeah.
Here we go. Turn it up to 10.
50.
50.
It's a Spinal Tap moment.
Yeah.
I can hear the screaming over yours. Sound of ultimate suffering rings loud.
Yeah. The whole nation can hear her screaming.
I like that Inigo immediately recognizes it.
Yeah, the
His
logical
heart,
leaps are heroic, aren't they?
Yeah.
his heart made that sound.
That's so brilliant.
Everybody move is still, my brother and I still say that to each other sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
That's great.
It's effective.
Yeah.
I think it's only effective because you look like him, though.
That's fair.
Bang. It's like he's almost going to divine the presence through the sword.
It works,
Like
though.
a dowsing rod.
So hilarious. Beautiful sword hilt.
Yeah.
Though it doesn't look a little like cheesy, like
But in
like
the
a plastic
context of
sword.
a cheesy film.
Yeah, oh yes. That wouldn't be my sword of choice.
Maybe we should have
Yeah.
put that, like, when we did the coolest sword in fantasy poll on the forums, maybe we should have had Inigo's sword. That's one of the choices. And that would have won instead of Excalibur.
I was surprised Excalibur did so well on that.
It's such a shit name as well. It just means cut steel.
Yeah.
Then again, I was amazed Dark Sister did so well.
Yeah, we know nothing about it. Like it's just like a cool name, I guess. The pool was really about the names, I think.
The door
I
opens.
like Glamdring. Bowhammer. What a name.
Lambdring. Oh, like Andre the Giant's head is the whole length of Carrie Elwes's body.
Yeah. There's a fantastic, I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, there's a fantastic picture of from the Arnold Schwarzenegger Conan
Mm-hmm.
with Fezzik and Wilt Chamberlain standing next to Arnold Schwarzenegger. And
Mm-hmm.
Arnold Schwarzenegger looks like a hobbit. Like, it's incredible.
Really?
Yeah.
How tall was Wilt Chamberlain?
7, I'm not sure, 7 something.
Whoa. Is there a maximum height you can be to be a professional basketball player? Like where they just say it's just cheating because you're so tall.
I don't think so. The guys who get like even taller than like 7'5" or whatever are usually, I think, pretty not athletic. So
I love this scene, the take on it with A Storm of Swords, where with the Red Wedding, like, what injustice. But we don't get any kind of, he's actually alive in that.
Is someone drilling something?
I don't know what that is. I think maybe. I'll mute for a second.
Come back, Zach. Oh, best scene. This is really awesome makeup as well. Oh. It's excellent. That picture's so good.
yeah,
I'll have to put that in the post.
yeah. I was always good at that.
The way he prods him.
Yeah.
His wife is crippled.
I love the story. Inigo tries to make up.
And also, just like who thinks of the idea that we'll use a sort of a fire bellows to sort of pop
Yeah.
up and get out the last word?
Mhm.
This is brilliant. So inventive.
Mhm.
It's funny how there's actually like medical logic to this. Like it's hard to stop, and he's like gonna restart it,
Yeah.
while also maintaining the absurdity of using a bellows to.
Yeah.
True love. Oh, it's so cute. And then like the crazy, batshit crazy wife comes in, Carol Kane. The mutton letting. Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, the mutton, lettuce, and tomato sandwich
And the
is one of
mutton's
my
nice
favorite.
and juicy. And
I've always wanted an MLT just to see what it'd be like.
Carol Kane's just so bonkers.
I love the way like
Company, company, company.
I love the way he keeps like looking at them and smiling, like to try to pretend the argument's not happening at all.
Everyone united in common revenge.
Yeah.
Embarrassments galore. No, humiliations galore. That just looks grim, doesn't it, that chocolate pill?
Yeah.
But it's chocolate.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, I always wanted to eat it. So
Well, isn't he covered in chocolate? Who knows what shit's inside it?
yeah, I mean, in retrospect, obviously, it doesn't seem like a good idea.
I also wondered if time was of the essence, why they didn't just put that chocolate pill straight into his mouth. Like, why take it away in a little pouch? But maybe.
Because they only get an hour of movement. He falls down again after an hour.
Well, does that mean he dies at the end of the movie?
No. But like after, I think they explain it, don't they? Maybe I don't know. But he's basically the pill wakes him up, and then he's able to act for a brief period of time, and then he needs to be like cared for 2 weeks or something.
Oh, okay. That bit always reminds me of, is it C-3PO in Empire Strikes Back where he's like dismembered and then
Yeah.
on Cloud City, and then when
Yeah.
they turn him back on, it's like, oh no, I must warn the princess. They go when they.
Very not up on the times.
Yeah.
You just wiggled your toe. That's wonderful. It's when he's like, well, we have Holocaust cloak, and it's like, or wheelbarrow. It's like, well, why didn't you list that among the assets?
Yeah. That's really great.
It changes everything.
Miracle Max. If it's so nice, he said I could keep it. I've got to stop just watching this and actually.
Yeah.
Beautiful castle.
Yeah.
I hope we win. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Oh, her wedding dress is so pretty. I even like this crown.
It's better than our other one, certainly.
Even his outfit's okay here.
I do love the absurdity of the way they've arranged themselves all directly in front of the gate. Like, well, that's probably the best way to do it.
They don't have any kind of like area of effect damage they can employ though. So.
Oh,
like
this
if
is
they
the
don't
best scene
catapult.
ever. Peter Cook is the priest.
Oh yes,
It
marriage.
was always a family joke that when we all got married, we'd have a priest and be like, marriage, marriage, that dream within a dream. And he looks so aghast.
Just the second he opened his mouth.
Yeah.
Because
He looks like a goat, like bleeding.
A dream within a dream.
That must not be anything important.
Oh, this is so funny. Yeah, but like, do you really want to put the cloak on fire when... Oh.
But soon you will not be here.
Oh. True, Ralph. Oh, dear. Fezzik's like, for your souls. Oh, it's so funny. Someone really needs to do Victorian as Fezzik.
Yeah.
Just these two scenes going together. It's like the funniest thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
Princess, like the way he says buttercup, like, what a cup.
Wow, God.
What a cup.
I kind of like this old king. We don't get to
The
see him
old
much.
king is fantastic, yeah.
He looks so kindly.
Yeah. He has no idea what's going on at any given point, but he's always cheerful.
Oh, wow. Then we're going to get to the duel, aren't we? Oh, man, he just stabbed that guy in the cock.
He did, yeah.
I
he's
never
staying on the
noticed
ground.
that before. That's got to hurt. First time I watched this, like when the guy just like starts running off.
He's like the most practical character in this. He
Yeah,
doesn't.
he is.
He has no illusions of grandeur or anything. He just does what's necessary.
Just an efficient bureaucrat. I mean, the sheer panic and like how distraught Inigo Montoya is at this point.
Yeah.
He really brings it.
Fezzik's got this.
Yeah. When he like bends over and bows and like lets
Yeah.
Yeah.
so classy.
It's also just like it's just such not a problem for him to knock the door down.
Exactly. And his face, very nice, dear. Off you go. She kissed me. Never mind that she's just told him she's gonna top herself. Oh no, Fezzik's lost the man in black. Shit.
Got him.
Didn't see that one coming. Not very honourable. Not very sportsmanlike.
Practical
No.
though.
He is the opposite of sportsmanlike.
He's so smug.
Yeah.
Look at this. I mean, Mandy Patinkin really brings this. You'd think he was going for an Oscar.
Mm.
So Buttercup just happens to have a really
Yeah. Why did they let her have that?
ivory, princessy type blade, just ready for her to top herself.
Maybe she told them she needed a letter opener or something.
He's trying his best here.
Gently. It's a Viagra spoof ad waiting to happen, isn't it? Inigo's like the hero, isn't he, of this movie?
Yeah. I mean, this is the best part.
Yeah.
Just kill him, the smug asshole. I mean, it's just both of them play the role so perfectly. Make you get into it.
I love the little half-hearted parries that are all he can manage.
But that's my point. Like, it's so well done. Like, it's not. It's almost plausible, even though he's dying. That because it's
Yeah.
Yeah. Just sheer force of will.
yeah, like it isn't flashy compared to the fighting he was doing before. It's very controlled and inward, but
Mm-hmm.
just does what it needs to do.
Yeah.
And I guess it's realistic, right? The adrenaline would kick in, and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
he does exactly what I would do in this situation, which is try and buy him off, take the money.
I just love how Inigo initiates it. Like he knows that none of it matters,
Yeah.
but that's what he would try to do.
Right.
It's like I never found, not Saw, the Hostel movies scary because the whole principle of those movies is you get captured in Eastern Europe and they pay, rich people pay to torture you. And I was like, well, I'd just like pay them more to let me go. Like the concept of horror movies being based on someone paying money, like it's far worse if it's someone who's a messed up psycho who can't be reasoned with.
This old man said man and wife.
Sorry?
I was quoting.
To the pain.
No matter what outfit Buttercup is wearing, she always only has tiny earrings.
Does this upset you?
No, it's just curious. Like, I would think that in some scenes she just wouldn't have any, or in other scenes they would be dangly. But
It's
they're
almost
always
like
studs.
it's almost like she's just had her ears pierced before shooting. You have to
Yeah.
keep them in for a month. Like she just has to keep
Yeah.
studs in. Wesley says awesome hair.
Yeah.
He's kind of like the ideal man in some ways.
Just the confidence here.
Yeah.
It's totally unfounded, but it works.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're bluffing.
He's kind of like, if you guys watch Doctor Who, like the Doctor, like just the confidence that he'll pull through.
Ah, but which Dr. Zach?
No.
Which, the more
No,
recent
don't.
ones.
The new Doctor Who's coming out soon, isn't it?
Yeah.
They've started doing all the advertising in the UK. I'm not really a Doctor Who fan, but because they've cast Peter Capaldi, I'll be obliged to watch it.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome.
Have you seen him in the thick of it?
I've seen the movie, I think, where he's like
Oh.
basically the same guy.
In the loop.
Yeah, in the loop. Yeah, I've seen that.
Good morning.
I've seen the YouTube compilations where he just, he's going ham on the swears.
He's just my hero. Where the way he walks into the office, like, "Good morning, my little chicks and cocks." I use that a lot in the office, and the other one I use of his in the office is, "Come the fuck in or fuck the fuck off." He just happens to have 4 white horses.
Yeah. I love how delighted Prince Humperdinck is when he realizes he was bluffing. I knew it! I knew it!
Such a great film.
Mm.
Just all the characters in this are so good.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a character wasted in this movie. They all add something.
Yeah.
Should we say something about Mark Knopfler's score? I mean, in some ways, like I've heard people say it really dates the film because it's kind of electronic and synthy.
Yeah, I think like you said, it's very on the nose with its intention to display the emotion, like with the speedy, like jarring stuff when things are action packed. Excuse me. I wouldn't call it the best score ever, but it definitely works.
I think it matches the film because, like, a lot of the film, like when people are getting knocked on the head and fall down, is quite comic.
Yeah, cartoony.
Yeah.
Cartoony. Yeah, sorry, I meant cartoony.
Mm-hmm.
There they go, riding off into the sunset. And they kiss. Oh.
How is that horse holding him up?
Oh, what Fezzik?
Yeah. I guess he got the big one.
Yeah, I think in the book there's some sort of like specially bred enormous horses or something.
Another big feature of the book is like, you know, when they say here that one of the 5 best kisses in the world and stuff.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of that list making about.
Right, the list making is great. It's really good.
And like he'll say, well, the number 4 was this and this, and number 3 was
Mhm.
that, and,
Yeah.
which is really funny. I love Peter Falk.
Yeah.
Is there any film that Peter Falk's in where he plays a guy who's like really smart and put together and oh. Do you think parents still read to kids like that anymore?
I would like to think so.
Yeah, I think they do.
I still think there's an appeal to it, despite no one reading books anymore. It seems.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think I'm a little bit ahead of you guys.
Yeah.
I'm on the credits.
I'm on the end credits.
Yeah.
I just hit the credits.
These like this end sequence is so like 80s 90s. They're just showing scenes of different things happening.
Yeah.
I love the 80s. Lots of good stuff happened in the 80s. I love the way like the one clip they have of Wallace Shawn is him like laughing, like
collapsing.
falling down.
What a name for a kid, though. Fred Savage. Like, oh, that's
Yeah.
a serious name.
Peter Falk as the grandfather. So lovely. Peter Cook as the impressive clergyman.
Yeah, I think there's a level of like satire to even the credits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Mel Smith just like falling down. Billy Crystal actually looks like a fat version of this now.
Yeah, he does. Actually, what Billy Crystal really is more and more is looking like my grandmother, which is frightening to me.
I hope your grandmother doesn't listen to this.
No, she's gone on, so
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
no worries.
So you're saying Billy Crystal looks like your dead grandmother?
Well, I don't know for sure what she looks like now, but
What a conversation. Well, that was a bunch of fun, guys.
Yeah, that was really good.
yeah, it's a great movie.
I'm not sure how
Right.
the
commentary
ancient
might not
booer,
last.
Marjorie Mason. Oh, dear.
Is the idea with the that people are watching this along with us, right?
Yeah, well, I was surprised. Like, when we did Conan, and Shelf was just like, I think people don't watch it. And I was like, well, if you weren't watching it, and you just heard us randomly being silent, is that even a good time, you know?
Right. So I mean, that's like I never listened to Amadeus, right? Which I really like because I was always like, well, I mean, I'm not gonna just listen to it, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know when I'm ever gonna sit down with Amadeus and listen to a podcast.
Yeah, I think it's obviously a weird format to listen to standalone because we're talking about things that are not
Yeah.
visible, but I think there's a lot of people that do that. Like I've done that for a few of them where I just
okay.
I'm like not somewhere where I can watch the movie, but I just like
Yeah.
listening to the commentaries.
I think it probably helps if the movie you can hear a bit in the background, but for Conan, you can't even hear the movie because
Yeah.
the subtitles on. So I've got no idea how people knew kind of what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
If you know the movie, I mean, you can infer what they're talking
Yeah,
about.
I was gonna say for something like this, people have probably seen it a lot, so.
I think the
it's
difference
easier.
is maybe like with Amadeus, although, I mean, I love that movie to bits, but we were more discussing the music, like, there was more discussion rather than, oh, this is awesome, this is funny. Whereas,
Yeah.
you know, I think you
more
almost need a
analytical.
movie like that or Blade Runner will provoke a better thingy. But
Yeah.
Yeah, the quality of this commentary is probably a little bit suspect. We're just like admiring how fun this movie is to watch.
But I sort of feel that anyone who puts on a Princess Bride commentary is going to just be sympathetic to that.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm. Yeah.
Like any excuse to just like watch The Princess Bride is always 1987. Amazing. I feel so old.
Yeah.
Apparently there was going to be a musical, but
Really?
William Goldman wanted 75% of the cut, and
Yeah, I heard about
Wow.
that actually.
so.
Maybe that was his way of trying to block it.
Oh,
Yeah,
is that what
it's
it was? He just didn't want it to happen.
No, I'm just guessing. I don't know.
speculating. Yeah,
Okay, makes
that
sense.
could be
Yeah, I can't,
One
I'd
of
be
those
a little
things
bit-
where like you don't really want it to happen, so you just ask for an outrageous amount of money, and then you win either way.
But
I have to
sometimes
sympathize if that's the case because I don't know how a musical would go over with this. Maybe it'd be good.
Yeah, I mean, I think it could. I think it could work, but it'd be a risk.
someone once, my dad, that happened to him. Like they wanted to buy something that he had, and he just asked for. He felt he couldn't say no because of who it was, so he asked for some like redonkulous price, and then they agreed to pay it, and he was like, "Oh shit!" So that can backfire.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was a bunch of fun, guys.
Yeah. No, it's great.
Totally.
So I hope this was, well, if not insightful, then nostalgic for whoever's listening. And it prompts you to go and watch the film, which is, amazing. And like I
Always a
said
good time.
before, if you haven't seen it, if you haven't read it, then it's really worth checking out the book because there's.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that.
Well, enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the World
Yep.
Cup.
Yeah. You too.
I'm rooting for Argentina. It's quite tough for me because it's the two countries that England typically goes to war against. So. There's no
That
love
would
lost
be
for
tricky.
both of them. Exactly.
Yeah.
But I have more at stake with Argentina. I'm gonna go and check out the bracket now.
Yeah.
All right.
See if I can run my password.